John Hill is one of Louisiana's most distinguished political journalists, a reporter whose career spanned nearly 4 decades covering state government and public policy from the state capitol. Though his roots in politics ran deep, shaped by lively discussions in a household where his father served on the Morehouse Parish School Board, Hill's professional journey truly began at Louisiana State University. He graduated from LSU's School of Journalism in 1967 after joining Kappa Sigma and interning in the United States Senate during 1965 and 1966. Those early experiences gave him first-hand exposure to the mechanics of government and to the importance of accountability in public life. By 1969, Hill was reporting on Louisiana politics for the News Star in Monroe. In 1973, he became a Capitol correspondent in Baton Rouge, beginning what would become a decades-long presence in the state Capitol press room. Hill developed a reputation for keen insight into legislative affairs, campaign dynamics, and the larger personalities shaping Louisiana governance. When Gannett acquired several Louisiana newspapers, he was named Capitol Bureau Chief, expanding his reach and influence across the state. Throughout his career, Hill combined investigative rigor with narrative depth. He earned a Best of Gannett Award for his coverage titled The Trials and Tribulations of Edwin Edwards, examining the approval of drilling rights connected to hidden financial interests. He also received a first-place UPI award for Rival Camps Meet in Tearful Aftermath, capturing the emotional meeting at Brennan's Restaurant following the 1971 gubernatorial race. His reporting extended beyond Louisiana. From 1980 through 1988, Hill covered both Democratic and Republican national conventions, bringing national political developments home to Louisiana readers. In 1981, he joined a Gannett investigative team examining John Hinckley, following the attempted assassination of President Ronald Reagan. In 1983, he served as an official witness to an execution at Angola. When Hurricane Katrina devastated the Gulf Coast, Hill reported from New Orleans, chronicling the aftermath of one of the most consequential disasters in the state's history. In 2004, he traveled to Baghdad as part of a White House delegation, continuing a career marked by access to major historical moments. Yet no matter where his assignments took him, Hill's professional home remained the Louisiana State Capitol. For nearly 40 years, he walked the hallways of that building, asking difficult questions, following complicated legislation, and translating the often confusing world of politics into stories citizens could understand. Beyond journalism, Hill embraced civic engagement. In 1996, he served as King Mystique, the 19th of the Crew Mystique de la Capitale. From 2012 to 2015, he chaired the Louisiana Forum for Equality, demonstrating a continued commitment to public life beyond the newsroom. John Hill saw politics not as spectacle, but as a living story, one that connects lawmakers to the people they serve. His reporting chronicled transformations within state government and documented the challenges facing Louisiana citizens across decades of change. His steady presence in Baton Rouge press rooms and Capitol corridors shaped public understanding and strengthened civic awareness. John Hill's legacy in Louisiana political journalism endures, reflecting a lifetime devoted to transparent reporting, thoughtful analysis, and the enduring power of the written word. He was married to Naomi Flory Hill for nearly 4 decades. In 2015, he married John Patrick Weimer, Jr., continuing a life grounded in partnership and public engagement. Tonight, we honor a journalist whose work helped Louisiana better understand itself and whose voice helped bring the workings of government into the public light. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. John Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. John Hill.
You did it right.
Thank you very much. I too find myself kind of awash in humility, which is a really strange state of mind for me. But I do thank the board and this organization for recognizing my career, as varied as it was. I want to tell you that my journalism career actually began when I was in junior high school, when I came up with a gossip column, basically, called Rambling. And I discovered then that everybody liked to see their name in there. And it's a good lesson, because as I went later on, more and more people like to see their names in the paper. And then I was one of the co-founders of the Rambling Ram, an insert into the Bastrop Daily Enterprise for once a month, and there were 5 of us there. And I had a great time then. And then I came on to LSU, and I spent a life working and traveling. I am very proud of the fact that I've been almost in all the continents, not Antarctica, but most of the continents, and all of Europe. Anyway, I learned that I didn't know anything. You have to travel to know anything or to understand anything. I didn't know the effects of totalitarian governments, though. First one was in Spain in 1972, when Franco was still dictator of Spain, and he had the Guardia Civil. Well, the Guardia Civil were empowered to kill you in a moment's notice, and no questions answered. So I was very careful driving down the coastal road in the Mediterranean side of Spain, and up popped Guardia Civil stopping me. And he immediately said to me, well, that'll be 200 euro, or whatever it was at that time. And there were 3 of us in the car, and we couldn't come up with all the money. So he said, oh, that's all right, just give me that. So I feel certain that did not go to the coffers of Spain. But that was an eye-opener for me. But another big eye-opener for me one time was when I was crossing over on an overnight train. I like to take overnight trains because I didn't have to pay for a hotel room. And I was asleep in my cabin right there in the train, and all of a sudden I woke up, and there was a gun and a flashlight in my face from good old East German communists who were convinced that I was trying to do something evil to East Germany. Another time I was curious about this one. I was traveling in China, and we were crossing over the border from China into the Hong Kong area, which is the Hong Kong district, I guess they called it. And on this group of 20 on this trip, 2 of us, a 14-year-old boy and me, had gotten sick. So as we're coming into Hong Kong, the Chinese people grabbed me and the 14-year-old boy and pulled us in for additional medical screening. And the first thing that happened to me is this woman came at me with her electronic temperature gauge. And I didn't know what it was. I just like that. But it was, we were always wondered how they knew that only me and the 14-year-old boy had been sick on that trip. And I suspect it was from, you know what? Our tour director was a spy. Anyway, I have had a great life. I'm very proud of everything I've done. I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to travel so much abroad in Asia and this continent, and Africa and Europe, Eastern Europe at the time, and in the Middle East. I've been to the Middle East a couple of times. And that has given me a great worldview it's expanded my imagination beyond anything else. No textbook could have ever taught me the things that I learned at that time. So I'm real proud of that. And I'm also proud of one other thing I did, very proud of it, when I had cancer and I was working for Gannett. I don't know how many of you had cancer in here, probably a good portion of you. And you know how awful it is when the doctor looks at you and says, it's carcinoma. And I said, what's carcinoma? He said, it's cancer. So I said, okay. So I called my editor up at the Shreveport Times at the time and said, look, like any cancer patient, I can't think of anything else but the next appointment, whatever else coming next. You just had my attention. And so I embarked on a 4-week diary that was published, and went around the country too. And I learned so much from doctors and patients and urologists all over the state, and actually ended up getting an award for the Shreveport Medical Society for publicizing and prostate cancer. And then that was the reason it was so good for me, and it's probably the best thing I ever did as a journalist, because I explained the disease in its raw truth. And so many women of my mother's generations said that their men never told them what was going on. So they learned a lot. But I got lots of letters and phone calls from people who are really afraid of this. And I encourage everyone to go see your urologist. And one urologist up in the Monroe area sent a message to me by someone saying, stop writing about prostate cancer. I can't keep up with all the men coming into my office. And I got a letter from one of them and said, thank you for saving my life. That was the highest honor I think I got in my entire career. But again, I thank you all very much. Lots of old friends and new. I'm very fortunate. I kind of feel like I'm attending my own wake, which, was kind of a racy time if that was the case. But I do have 42 people coming from all aspects of my life, from cradle to right now. And that's wonderful for me. I needed the boost. I'm a little tired of this. But I really was very happy to see all of them here tonight. You all know who you are. There's some friends over there, family there. Hey, Jackie. And more friends. And then the thing that really touched me was that my old colleagues in the Capitol Press Corps got together and bought a table of 10 to come down here to honor me. That's pretty good. So again, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to have this with honor on my living room wall pretty soon, maybe tomorrow, But thank you very much.
Thank you. Great job, John.
Just back you up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to take a photograph.